Most people don't end up buying a car based on what they can really afford. They buy based on what payment they can get approved for. And those are not the same thing, because approval is based on risk to the lender. Affordability is based on your cash flow. And that's why a lot of people don't feel the mistake right away. They feel it about 2 months later, when the payment is there. Insurance hits, but life keeps happening, and everything starts to feel tighter. Not because they can't make the payment, but because the car changed their cash flow. Because a car is not a payment, it's a system of costs. The payment, insurance, fuel, maintenance, repairs. And most people only test one of those, the payment. Right now, the average new car payment is around $750 a month. Used cars are still over $500. That's before insurance. You add insurance, and now you're realistically looking at $850 to $1,100 a month for a new car, $650 to $900 a month for a used car. That's not a side expense anymore. That's one of the largest fixed obligations in your life. And most people walk into a dealership thinking, I just need to keep the payment around $500 to $600. But they're not calculating the full impact. They're calculating survival, not stability. And I've seen this play out over and over again. Someone buys their first car, no other debt. Payment looks fine on paper. They feel good leaving the dealership. Then about 2 months later, it starts to hit them. The payment starts to pinch. Oh man, insurance again. Gas is higher than what they expected. And now the same lifestyle that they were living before, it doesn't fit anymore. Now they're not missing any payments, but everything feels tighter. Now, one of two things happens. Some people, they start cutting back. They think twice about spending. They adjust their lifestyle to make the car work. But a lot of people don't. They keep living the same way. And now that gap gets filled with credit cards. And that's where it starts. Small at first, a few hundred here, a balance that doesn't get paid off there, and over time it builds. And I've seen this over and over again, and I can trace it back to the car. The car didn't just add a payment, it created a shortfall in their cash flow. And instead of adjusting their lifestyle, they financed the difference. There's another group that gets caught a different way. They weren't even planning to buy a car. They just stopped at the lot, started looking, got into a conversation, sat down just to see the numbers, and now they're walking you through the payments. Oh, this one's only $75 more a month. That's just another $18 a week. You can make this work. And in that moment, it sounds small because you're not evaluating the true cost, the overall cost. You're just comparing two payments, $525 to $600. That's it. What you're not seeing is everything behind it. Higher insurance, a longer loan, more of your future income already spoken for, and less room in your cash flow. Used to be 60-month terms were most common. Now, 72-month loans are more prevalent. 84-month loans are no longer rare. That's 7 years. Depending on how much you drive and the vehicle, you may be towing that sucker in to trade it in by the time it's paid off. That's how the payments get into a range people accept. Not by lowering the cost, but by stretching the time. Because the payment looks smaller, but the commitment is bigger. You stay in debt longer. You build equity a lot slower. And you stay exposed longer if something goes wrong. So when someone says, I can afford the payment, what they really mean is, I can manage the version of this payment that was stretched out. And this is where I would challenge clients before they ever bought a car. I'd ask them, what payment are you comfortable with? Whatever number they gave me, I'd say, good. For the next 3 months, go make that payment to yourself. Continue driving the same car, live the same life. Just remove that money from your cash flow and see what happens. Again, don't change your lifestyle, live normally. If it starts to hurt, you have your answer. Because if it doesn't work now, it's not going to feel better when it's locked in for the next 5 to 7 years. And what usually happens is very interesting. People don't stop. They keep going because now they see the money building. $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. Well, now they got a serious down payment. And everything just shifted. Now they have control. And that changes everything. A rough guide I would give clients. Every $1,000 you put down is about $20 less per month for a 60-month loan. $5,000 down, about $100 less. $10,000 down, about $200 less. Now you're not looking at a $600 car payment. You're looking at $400. That's a completely different impact on your life, but only if you use it the right way. Not to buy more car, but to reduce the burden. Because when you step back, the difference between a typical car decision and one that actually fits your life is usually about $300 to $500 a month. At $60,000 income a year, that's about 2 days of your life every month. Over a year, that's about a full month of work. Same person, same income, just a different decision. And the part most people never see coming is this. The car doesn't break your finances overnight. It slowly drains your cash flow month after month until everything feels tighter and you're not sure why. So the question isn't, what car can I get approved for? It's, what can my life actually carry without changing everything around it? Because the dealership, they're going to help you buy the car. The bank will help you finance the car. But neither one is responsible for protecting your cash flow. That part is on you. And if a car forces you to adjust your lifestyle just to keep up with it, then the issue was never the approval. It was the cost. If you want to build your finances the right way from the start, subscribe, because everything on this channel is built around protecting your cash flow first. And we'll see you in the next video.